Hello everyone and welcome to TalkBGKY. I'm your host today, Raina Johnson with the City of Bowling Green. Today we are talking about one of the most anticipated community events of the year, the Downtown BGKY Harvest Festival in combination with Fall Fiesta. This year's celebration is happening Saturday, October 18th from 11 to 4 p.m. in downtown Bowling Green. It's a free, family-friendly event that highlights everything we love about fall: music, food, crafts, and a cultural celebration for all ages. I have the pleasure of being joined today by
Jose Gonzalez of Mercadito Hispano.
Thank you.
Emily Bronner with Community Engagement in the City of Bowling Green.
I'm Cameron Levis. I'm the Recreation Division Manager with the City of Bowling Green Parks and Rec.
Thank you. I have the pleasure of having everyone in here today. We're going to bring you all the details and all things Harvest Fest and Fall Fiesta. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Emily, tell me about Harvest Festival and where this came from. How did it start?
Harvest Festival was an idea that grew after the Neighboring Community Services was asked to help out with our Parks and Rec department, and they did an event every year, and they brought it to Circus Square Park. It was called Pumpkin Palooza. It's where kids that came to a lot of their after school, they had painted these really cute pumpkins and they set them all up around the park where everybody can then come enjoy them, see what the kids did. So Karen and I came out, put up a tent, and just saw how cool it was to be in Circus Square Park, and then to be surrounded with hundreds of these little pumpkins that all the kids had painted. It left us that night going, what else can we do? Which is my favorite thing to do, is to go, and what else?
To do more.
More.
Yeah.
I must have more. So we went back, talked with the library, and then talked with Kathy Maroney, and she was working at the time, the Bowling Green Community Center.
Yeah.
Yes. She was one that had put on the Pumpkin Palooza, and we were like, this was such a great event. The weather is so wonderful. The community responded. You could see it just the itch. It was a beautiful night. There wasn't a ton of stuff really going on. It coincided with the same night that SkyPack had Peppa the Pig. And so there was naturally tons of little kids running around. It was just adorable. We wanted more.
Yeah.
So who did we go to when we wanted more? The library. And we went to the library and we told them about Pumpkin Palooza and how great it was, but we need more pumpkins. And so the library was excited to have something to join in with the fall event. I can't remember how many, but they got a bunch of little pumpkins, sat them out. So we got to let kids the next year experience the pumpkin patch experience. We brought it to them. It was a great night. They went out, picked out a pumpkin from the patch. I think they even painted it. So how else can we do? We want more. There should be more. This event, though, has grown from just our Parks and Rec department and kind of with this beautiful idea of bringing it downtown and bringing it into Circus Square Park, inviting the library, and just somebody invited somebody else to where now Warren County Parks and Rec, Warren County Stormwater, Parks and Rec is back with us again. We now have added everything that Jose has brought on and had made Circus Square Park has now grown to Fountain Square Park. I don't know, it's everything that SoKY it used to be SoKY Marketplace, and then they brought in the vendors, they brought crafts, food, some other little things. Love partnering with them, which is now turned into Tess Events, is now the one orchestrating all of the vendors and getting everybody scheduled and all of the activities that come along with SoKY Marketplace, which is now
SoKY Center.
SoKY Center. So, which is owned by the library or ran by the library, but for that night, Tess takes over and turns it into what they call it Oktoberfest. It kind of has a spooky vibe. There's aliens. Harvest Festival has just grown into a whole nother direction. It started off, we want to honor, though, it all began with Pumpkin Palooza.
And there's still pumpkins.
And
there will be a palooza of pumpkins at Harvest Festival.
We can't let go of our pumpkins.
I think the idea of the festival has grown itself. Like, we are harvesting the fruits of the festivals of previous years. You set the seed initially, and we're still continuing the same traditions. We're doing more to reflect how Bowling Green's growing.
Yes.
Like, there is more here to show.
This is a true reflection of the community.
Yeah, Harvest Festival is an event that started as Pumpkin Palooza with, just maybe 100 kids?
Probably.
Now we expect upwards of 20,000 people coming down to our downtown area.
Yes.
We take over 3 parks, 3 areas, brews, music, entertainment. I can't wait for pumpkin painting myself again.
I think at the end of the day, Pumpkin Palooza, Kathy, who's now our cemetery manager, at the time was one of our leaders over at the Moxley Community Center. And this whole idea was, as Emily mentioned, to showcase the creativity of the kids in the after-school programs. But, our Parks and Rec department, we're always thinking community. But when you're working as one department to put on an event, you can't really scale it, right? And so that's when Kathy reaches out to Karen and Emily. Collectively, there's this vision for something bigger. And as Emily mentioned, you start pulling in all these partners. That's how these things come to life. To scale things, you need more people involved. And so it's neat to, as Jose said it really nicely, like to plant this seed so early on with a simple event for kids. And now we're scaling it and reaching beyond just the kids, but their entire families, and then their extended families, and then their friends. And that's how you go from an event for a few hundred people to welcoming tens of thousands to downtown Bowling Green for something incredible. And so it's neat to see. It's just another example of how all of us kind of hit the drawing board all the time, right? We're constantly trying to evolve our programs, think creatively, think with some imagination, and truly think about, while we're sitting at this table, like how can we plan something for the community to enjoy. And really it's a mindset of we're going to plan something that we would enjoy ourselves, which is super cool. And so when we collectively get together, we get to create some pretty cool things. So
well, let's talk a little bit about what we're planning, and let's give a little overview. Let's talk about Circus Square Park. Lots of stuff happening. There's pieces of the pie everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Circus Square Park will absolutely have all of the fan favorites. We're going to have our straw bales. I don't know what we're going to do with them this year.
It's been a hay fort. It's been a maze.
It has been many things. And it could be one of those things again, or it could be something new, honestly. If inspiration hits, I just go with it. So we will have one slice will be the straw bales. One slice will absolutely be some more kid-friendly vendors. There'll probably be some food sprinkled around because it's food.
It's what brings people together,
right? And then there will be, we're very excited to always have our police department come out and with their community engagement team, the things that they've been doing, more interactive. So they have a slice along with our fire department, which they do their smoke crawl. And then we have, I'm going to save the fire department for last, but going over to Warren County Parks and Rec, and they bring inflatables and let kids run around. The whole idea is offering fun in a place kids can run around and burn off some energy, because that's what parents want.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a safe zone. Parents can their kids can run around. Oh, mommy, I want to do this. Absolutely. It doesn't cost a thing. Knock yourself out,
we need
baby.
to hit that
Go
free part, because all these activities are free, welcoming to the public.
Yes.
Please bring your kids. We will have the games.
It is the #1 reason to be at downtown BGKY Harvest Festival is free.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you a thing to come out and just enjoy yourself.
Just tell your kids there's an inflatable. They'll be dying to go at that point.
We have our giant, what is it, about a 9-foot inflatable that, please come get your picture in front of it. I love seeing families every year
the
posting their photo with their family or their child, how they've grown each year as the in comparison to the pumpkin. It's too cute, but it is free. It costs you nothing to come out, so you have no excuse. Pack your lunch. It's okay.
Oh, you can have a family picnic that
Nobody's
day.
gonna judge you.
Bring your blankets,
Nobody.
bring the food.
Yeah, we have plenty of space at Fountain Square. Vendors will be set up all around the perimeter, but there's plenty of grass space if you want to throw down a blanket and eat some tacos.
There you
you're
go.
more than welcome.
I mean, we want to make this as friendly for all. It doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter what your family might look like, who you've brought with you, grandma, grandpa. It doesn't matter. Everybody will have fun. There's plenty of seats scattered around for people to sit and relax and watch somebody enjoy having a good time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
At the end of the day, too, that's kind of the beauty of our downtown area. The heart of our downtown is 2 of our best parks, right? You've got Circus Square Park, Fountain Square Park, and I guess as the parks guy, people expect me to talk about this, but our downtown is our parks.
Yes,
ultimately, and so to put on these festivals and put on these big events, whether it's Harvest Fest, Downtown Lights Up, Duncan Hines Days, we're not activating a parking lot or a concrete space. It's a park. Yeah. And so, families can enjoy the park passively while actively, participating in one of our festivals. And so have a picnic in the park, and also enjoy Harvest Fest at the same time.
But while you stroll around, you can shop in a parking lot.
That's true.
We turn some of our parking lots into shopping.
Yes.
Yeah, we will activate our parks, but don't get me wrong, we will also activate our parking lots.
I mean, we have no shame. No shame.
I like Heritage Trail, which is our pumpkin, what is it, pumpkin trail or?
Candy Corn Lane.
Candy Corn Lane. You might
Lane.
recognize that as Candy Cane Lane
during Christmas.
December.
Yes.
But for this night, it is candy corn.
That's right. Because nobody eats candy canes during the fall.
Right?
Just at winter.
That's weird.
Now, before we take Candy Corn Lane to Fountain Square Park, let's wrap up the rest of events happening in Circus Square Park. Right. So you've talked about police. We haven't touched the midway games yet.
We haven't touched the midway,
and we haven't
touched what happens in the street with something called Little Toot.
Oh, yeah, that's
goodness,
right.
yes.
Thanks to Warren County Stormwater.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Couldn't do this without them every year. They are the sponsor of Little Toot, brought to us down by the historic rail park that also has the trolley doing a loop around the entire footprint. Yep. So after you've experienced Little Toot, after you have done a little bit of shopping, after you have gone and done an interactive activity with the police department, after you have crawled around on our straw bales,
whatever it's going to be,
climbed,
crawl through, we don't know yet.
Yeah. What the hell? Yes, we'll figure that out. I promise. There will be straw, hay. It will be there.
Are we still doing the pumpkin drops?
The pumpkin drops.
That's like, I miss
my
it every
favorite
year,
part.
but it's the thing I want to see the most.
You have to
see it this year.
I'm making time for it.
But surely you hear the crowd noise from Fountain Square,
I hear the
right?
screams, and it follows disappointment. I wasn't there.
So for those of you that don't know,
Jose has serious FOMO.
Oh,
I do.
He should. You should. You should indeed.
Yep.
So let me set the stage. All right. We have one of our ladder trucks set over at Circus Square Park. They will be lined up for an 11 o'clock, a 12 o'clock, a 1 o'clock, a 2 o'clock, a 3 o'clock, and the final drop at 4.
So there's an 11 o'clock sort of to initiate the whole event.
We kick it off. Let's start off strong.
With a splat.
With a splat.
Nice.
And so...
What screams Fall and Harvest Fest more than splatting pumpkin guts? Honestly.
From...
The kids went crazy last year.
Honestly.
Yeah. And it's from 100 feet in the air. Our brave firefighters pick up this 90-pound to 120-pound pumpkin, however big I can find, at Just Pillin Farms. Love to go pick those out. They ascend to 100 feet in the air. We have a lot of fun with the countdown, so you will not miss it. If you hear the crowd gearing up for it, and then they release, whenever we say go, they release the pumpkin to fall 100 feet, and the splat zone is a good 30
Oh, yeah.
feet.
It has to be 30 feet, 30, 40 feet.
I know.
I mean, it was huge last year.
It is massive, and it is so much fun.
I mean, it's kind of like when you go to SeaWorld and you sit in the splash zone with
It's the
Shamu,
best. Yes.
with the orca.
If you got pumpkin guts on,
But
you kids are just loving it.
We just do
goodness,
SeaWorld
yes.
in a different way in Circus Square Park with pumpkin guts rather than water.
It
and a big
reminds me
whale.
of the old Gallagher skits where he would just smash watermelons on stage.
Yes.
And you need a raincoat if you're
Exactly.
sitting in the front.
Yes.
So maybe bring a
Absolutely.
raincoat if you're going to try and get close.
You
Yes.
probably should.
Yes.
It always makes me laugh a little bit. I typically am one of the videographers that day. I've switched off being a photographer and videographer, but every time I've done and covered the pumpkin splat, do you know how many kids go running in to go just grab the pumpkin guts? Like, they're just like, hey, look what I have, Mom. I got it.
Yes, and their parents are like, please put that down.
Yes.
And you see kids shoving it in their pockets. You're like,
Yeah.
Honestly, so surprised that we've not ended up with a pumpkin patch in Circus Square Park at this point.
That
With
is
all
a-
the seeds.
hey, you would be surprised. I spread out the tarp, and we catch a lot.
That's true.
And then what get carted away
yeah.
by the children.
Are you sure we don't need to grow our own pumpkins for the pumpkin splat?
I want to. I think the Parks and Rec Department should,
Maybe in our community
should do
garden.
a solid for me. And
Yeah, I mean, we could just get a community garden out at Karyakis, one of the plots, and just grow our pumpkins.
I think
That might be the move next year.
Maybe.
I think we should.
Sustainability,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. I think we're working with ourselves here.
I know. If I can
And
figure
then the
out how to
first year
grow 'em.
you grow 5-pound pumpkins. Like,
That's
what a
what I
letdown.
did this year. We're growing a giant pumpkin, and it made it to about 8 pounds, and the plant died. So
Yep. You're like, okay,
this is as far as we get.
we try
We'll start
again.
with your pumpkin. But
Can
the
we
pumpkin
splat that one?
We can splat it.
Yeah.
I'll be there for that one.
Sweet.
We could do a tester splat.
That's right.
Like test it out before, you know.
Well, and speaking of pumpkins, we actually will have the painted pumpkins at Fountain Square.
Yes.
Which is sort of, I didn't really realize that it was sort of the original concept.
That
of
takes it back
Pumpkin
to the
Palooza.
original. It is.
So the fact that we're able to perpetuate that at Fountain Square is,
We're
it's an
very
honor
great-
for us.
No, we're
Because
grateful.
we get so many people, like that's why they go. They just want to go with their kid, their toddler, their 18-year-old, whatever, and go paint a pumpkin.
So I
Jose-
was an adult painting a pumpkin last year in the Harvest Fest
that
Fall
was me.
Fiesta.
Yeah.
So
But Jose, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the charm of everything that you all do at Fountain Square Park and everything that we do at Circus Square Park and everything that they do at SoKY, the charm of it is it's not a big, like, flashy. It's just simple, family fun.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a large event, but I'm grateful for the fact that it still feels very down home.
Yes.
You know, it's still small enough to where like, oh, this is Bowling Green. This is where I grew up. This
Yeah.
is community. This is very
Yes.
tight knit.
Me and Talia Butler, our downtown development coordinator, we talked about this on the Duncan Hines podcast back before the summer. We're so aware, obviously everybody in our community is now, of how fast Bowling Green and Warren County is growing. As city staff and you know, vendors and business owners here in the city, we know and are fully aware of, you know, BG 2050 and where our population is going to be in 25 years and all those things. But you know what we talked about with Duncan Hines Days, and I think it rings true really for any event that we do. As I mentioned earlier, Duncan Hines, Harvest Festival, Downtown Lights Up. What makes Bowling Green and Warren County so special is just how small town and homey these events can feel for people despite the rapid growth. And you know, that's the thing as a community that we don't want to lose. You know, no matter how big we get, we want to continue to make sure that, you know, when you visit our downtown spaces or really any event that we do and we activate our parks
Right.
and we try to bring our community together, is we want it to remain, you know, something that brings out these feelings of that small town, you know, I'm right here at home with my family, because that's what makes Bowling Green special, no
Absolutely.
matter how big we're going to get.
Where I work, we've been getting new people from California, Texas, Florida, Arizona. We're getting so many people
Yes.
coming into town.
relocating,
That
right?
Yeah, they're relocating here because the vibe, the atmosphere is more homey. Like you can have a good time here, but it's not dangerous. You know,
Yeah.
you're still experiencing a very big small town.
Yes.
That's right.
You know,
That's
is
right.
how I like to think of Bowling Green.
For
I
sure.
remember we would go to Nashville, and then you know, as I was a kid, and as we're exiting or entering, you would see like, you know, welcome to Bowling Green, population 40,000. Now it's something like 95,000, 90,000, double
Something crazy,
what it was
yeah.
at that point. So again, the more
It's gonna double
and the
again,
growth,
too.
yeah, just where we're going with the city and everything we're doing, volunteers, workers, it all needs to tie in together, and I think we're doing an excellent job of it.
And I think everybody's on the same page with that too. You
Yeah.
know, the folks, when we get together and we're planning Harvest Fest or planning all these events, I think all of us have that mindset, which is pretty special. We are one conjoined effort in making sure that we don't lose the secret sauce, if you will, that makes our community so special. I mean, it's definitely fun to be a part of course, but can we touch on Midway real
Oh,
quick?
please.
Back at Circus Square. So I guess the fact that everything is free is obviously super important to us because we want no barriers for anybody to participate. We want everything to be accessible
Yes.
to every single person. But then the other thing that, you know, makes it feel small town is Midway, right? I mean, ultimately, you know, and kudos to Emily for coming up with that name, because you think about that classic carnival, you don't necessarily need some fancy big old game. You just need a board with a hole in it and say, hey, throw a football through it and you might get 10 points and a piece of candy. There's a lot of fun to be had with that. The simplicity of play like is very much alive in the Midway section, because we've got a pumpkin toss where you're throwing bean bags through a pumpkin face, and we've got a fantastic carpenter that works for us in Parks and Rec, Brandon. We have to give him a shout out because he's built pretty much every game that we have.
He has met all of our challenges.
He honestly has. So he's built us all of these games, the football toss, the Plinko game. He built us a catapult where we have a dream of just like catapulting.
So you guys come to him with this, like, hey, I have this idea.
Oh, yes.
Fake chickens.
Wow.
But also like apple tosses, and like smashing apples on a board, just your classic, hey, we showed up at the orchard today and we want to play games. And so that's the heart behind Midway, is just the simplicity of your classic small town carnival in the middle of the park. And so it's a fun thing for us to be able to offer those activities to our community. Our Parks and Rec staff do a great job of engaging with all the families and all the kids that come out and making sure that, their experience is a good one. And ultimately, I think as a city, we kind of have this mindset, but for sure in Parks and Rec, our ultimate goal is to make sure that people can create memories that last a lifetime in the park. We want to make sure that people leave having a core memory created in the park. And so that's kind of what we hope to create with Midway and then the rest of Harvest Festival as well. So.
Midway in our deconstructed tent.
That's right.
Because
yes, they're open.
I have the dream of the big top. And so I can't afford the big top.
Yeah, unless there's a sponsor out there.
Unless there's a sponsor, yes. But I can afford a giant pole with a pumpkin on top and then string orange pendant string out and make it look like a...
Well, it's big top without the top.
Right?
So, yeah.
Enjoy the weather.
It's all about it's all about creativity.
Yeah,
it's all about enjoying nature and your family and just the people around you.
That's right. Just being outside.
We've been pretty lucky. The weather's been nice the past couple of years for the Harvest Festival, so
it's been misty.
It carries through this year.
It's been misty. It's been started out chilly. It's been warm.
And everybody knocked on wood.
Knock on wood. Whatever else we need to knock on.
The best of luck. It's going to be a beautiful day this year again.
We're going to be there regardless of the weather. We are there to have a good time, because here's the deal with fall weather. It's going to change.
True.
So just come a little later or come a little sooner.
Oh yeah, there's going to be stuff happening every hour, on the hour.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Activities happening.
Okay, so before I forget, so let's take a walk.
So we're going down Candy Corn Lane. Emily, where are we going?
Yes, sorry, you're going to leave Circus Square Park. Then you're going to pass on 7th Street. It's going to be full of food vendors. So please come hungry. If you don't pack your food, I promise there will be somewhere you can find a food truck.
Just for logistics' sake, the food trucks are not free.
Yes. Food trucks are not free.
Yes.
But partake if you would like.
That's right.
You're going to cross on, keep on walking down Candy Corn Lane, and you will find vendors kind of sprinkled throughout parking lots and along the trail. Hit one up. You might get a head start on some Christmas shopping or on some fall decor. You never know what you're going to find. And then you're going to stroll on through, and that will open up into Fountain Square Park, which I'm going to be like you, Jose. I think I have seen it, but I have not myself experienced it.
Y'all need to trade places this year.
We're busy, and I totally get it.
I FOMO bad.
We'll get your face painted this year.
Okay.
How about that?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So I take over Fountain Square. We do the Fall Fiesta, where we theme everything Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead, traditionally a Mexican celebration. We invite a lot of our Latino community to set up their food trucks, craft stations. We've actually got some volunteers from Active Life. They'll be donating pumpkins and gourds this year, as we did last year, so that we can paint those for free for the kids.
Yay.
So that's a fun time. That's one free thing you can do with us. And then we'll have models that are going to be fully dressed up, fully painted, and those are great photos just to share with friends. Like, hey, I took a picture with the skeleton lady. What do you think of that?
So I have heard about these amazing skeletons.
So Yellowberry has purported the 2 giant skeletons every year. It's a great opportunity to take a picture in front of them.
How tall are they?
I want to say they're like 15 to 20 feet.
Wow.
I'm short, so everything's tall to me, but these things are tall. And it's a fun time, we're setting up for spooky stuff in October. We're mid-October, everybody's feeling the fall vibes. We just roll right into it. We're coming off of September, which is Latino Hispanic Heritage Month, so we're still sort of on the coattails of that with the International Festival before that. We just keep chugging along towards this end of year that happens every year, where we just have so many events and so many things going on. But yeah, to speak more to Fall Fiesta, we're gonna have live music, traditional dances like we did last year. We're hoping to get people more engaged this year with some dancing. Last year we had trouble, I don't want to say issues, but we had trouble tying up the end of the event because the vibes were just great. You know, everybody was out there dancing.
It's hard to put an end on having a good time.
When people are having fun, it's hard to tell them they got to go home.
I know.
You know,
That's an awful problem.
Well, and the bars start opening up. I think 440 opened up early last year, so they were starting to serve their own food, their drinks, and with the EDC cups, you can actually walk to Circus Square, if I'm not mistaken, with your drink. And just continue enjoying the day. Again, please drink responsibly, because we are trying to have fun, and it is a family event with 15,000, 20,000 people, and we don't need one person acting out. Everything is for fun. We're just all trying to have a good time that day.
Well, and to your point, you can also, a lot of the downtown businesses, they're open.
Yeah.
Please go out and enjoy. I think some of them are going to get involved. They might do some different things. So keep an eye out for potential sidewalk sale or some different things that they could offer. But what better time to kind of meander the downtown area and go in and out of shops, grab some food from a food truck, or if you want to, that's fine. There's local restaurants you can go and sit down.
And invest in your local economy, your local community. I mean, these are small businesses. They spend their dollars here. You spend your dollars with them. It stays in our economy. It's a great day for all of the downtown businesses to sort of capitalize and boost sales that day. On top of the vendors that get to participate from other parts of town. But it's a great way for you to join this event and spend some money locally. You know, if you're really about supporting local businesses, this is a great day to take advantage of that.
I just want to give kudos to Jose and his team. The Fall Fiesta portion of Harvest Fest just truly, in my opinion, is representative of Bowling Green and Warren County as a community, you know, to celebrate our diversity and give people an opportunity to, you know, experience something as far as another culture that they maybe have never been able to experience. I think that's what makes Harvest Fest so special. Again, makes our community special. And so that footprint of being able to go from Circus Square to Fountain Square and experience something completely different, but still within that fall season, I think is pretty cool. And I think it just adds a whole nother element. You know, I can remember a few years ago, and it's funny how things come to be, because I can remember a few years ago at Harvest Fest was the same day as our Special Olympics regional bowling tournament.
Yeah.
And the Fall Fiesta at the time was taking place in the Southern Lanes parking lot. So hundreds of bowlers for regional Special Olympics, hundreds of people for the Fall Fiesta in the parking lot. Meanwhile, us as a park staff, you know, weren't able to necessarily give as much time to Midway because we're doing a Special Olympics tournament. So I was bouncing between two places. And at the end of that, we all were like, why don't we just do this together? And it just kind of organically came to me.
I already had talks.
Yeah.
Like you brought that up, and I was like, on it.
This is perfect. Yeah.
Like, already doing it.
And I mean, that has to do with what you stated earlier, Emily, of just doing more.
Yeah.
You know, we're all doing things, especially in the fall, because it's a great time of year. And if we can bring it all together and have it all in one spot so that people can really enjoy it over the course of an entire day, I think we're doing our job.
For sure.
Absolutely. And then when you can travel around downtown, because you not only go Circus Square Park for all kind of the more kid-centric vibe that's happening down there, and then catching food trucks and catching all kinds of craft vendors along Heritage Trail, and then experiencing everything going on at Fountain Square Park. You can also head over to, because we still have even more shopping and more vendors happening at SoKY Center.
Simply just things to see.
Oh, there's so much to see. Oh wait, there's also free parking.
Yes, the big parking garage down beside the Hot Rod Stadium.
I'm fond of Paxton Lot, which is probably where I'm going to be parking because of Fall Fiesta.
Yes, there is free parking there. There's also free parking at BGMU's lot that day.
But I will say there's a free parking map on the Downtown BGKY on their Facebook. I think they have a link to it.
It is listed on the Facebook. It's also on our BGKY website.
Yes. Talia's done a great job with promoting that and pushing that information out. So please.
Yes. And also be on the lookout, because there will be some road closures to be mindful of that day. We will be having help from the police department and making sure that the crosswalks are being taken care of for families to get to the parks. Emily, remind me which roads are closing again, because I want the public to know that.
Okay. So the street closures will be Park Row, East Main.
Yep, and that is in Fountain Square Park.
That's around Fountain Square Park. And we're going to do one lane on College and State Street around Fountain Square Park.
Okay.
So you'll still be able to, like the trolley, take a full loop around the entire footprint of the park.
Yeah.
The next, we'll have 7th Street will be completely closed. And then that 7th Street between College and State. College Street between 6th and 7th will be completely closed. We'll have 1 lane closed on Park Row between 6th and 7th. To again allow for the trolley to make a loop and for car traffic to go around.
And for citizen safety.
Yes.
We want everybody who's coming out to sort of have that buffer
Absolutely.
area where they can sort of wander a bit and still feel safe.
Safety is at the utmost importance of this entire event, and anything that the city is putting on, or that anybody else that puts on, the city tries to advise safety is the top priority in anything that we're doing. So
we haven't even talked about either the Fringe. We activated the Fringe last year.
The library is still involved with Harvest Festival. They are now just over at the Fringe with all kinds of free activities, and there'll be some other food trucks over there. But I want to make sure what Test Entertainment is doing with all of the vendors, with some of the food trucks, not the ones that you invite over at Fountain Square Park, but all the other food trucks and all of the other vendors that are at SoKY.
There's over 100 vendors signed up
SoKY
from our
Center.
last
SoKY
update,
Center.
which is exciting.
Yeah, over 100 vendors. When we're having to activate new spaces and figure out where to put people,
It's over
in my opinion,
vendors.
that's a good problem to
300.
have.
Participation is
So
what
it's
we
tripled.
want.
It's 300 vendors and over 100 food
Food
vendors.
vendors. Oh man. I'm coming to Harvest Fest and Fall Fiesta hungry.
Yes.
And I'll be trying one from like as much as I can
There it
everywhere.
is.
Oh man,
That's the plan.
That's the move right there.
that is
I
absolutely.
mean, Fall Fiesta, we're going to have so many different foods. We're going to have tacos, burritos, tortas. We're going to have street corn, artisanal ice cream. Just a lot of different variety coming from the Latino community. And I know there's a huge variety. You guys had over 300 at Circus Square. Like, just imagine the amounts of different foods
Yes.
and crafts you're going to
it's,
come across
It's
there.
insane.
And that footprint, the infrastructure that we've kind of created in our downtown area and being able to activate the spaces that we do, it's special. I mean, it's unlike a lot of other communities, right? Because we can basically create this L, if you will, from SoKY Center to Circus Square through Candy Corn Lane, typically called Heritage Trail. Winter it's called Candy Cane Lane. All these different names, right? But you move from Circus Square down whatever avenue we're going to call it during whatever season to Fountain Square, and everything is different. It's a different experience no matter where you go. It's just really cool that we've been able to activate this footprint for these events, and it's super replicable, right? Because we can just continue to do the same thing for Downtown Lights Up, and we can do the same thing for Duncan Hines Days and other events that we do, and just continue to move people safely through these areas of our downtown. And so it just creates a really cool footprint for us in terms of planning events.
It doesn't. I know what I love is each one feels different.
For sure.
And each one has their own flavor, I guess you could say. But the footprint is generally the same. We activate the same areas, but we activate them in different ways each time. And I think it showcases something different.
Yeah.
No matter what we do. It's awesome.
As our community grows and develops, I guess we could look at a little bit of future casting here, but you think about like where we activate these spaces now, right? With, again, SoKY Center to Circus Square to Fountain Square. Here in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, like that's going to look completely different. We'll still activate those spaces. Those will still be the heart, of downtown.
It'll be It'll be activated and.
But then we'll have the spaces with the new Riverfront Park development.
Oh, yeah, and all the businesses leading there.
Oh, man.
You've got White Squirrel, the Mustang Club.
Shake Rag Lounge. There's just all these really cool businesses that they're kind of recognizing and seeing what's going to happen between downtown Bowling Green and the Circus Square, Fountain Square area all the way to the river.
Well, it's great to see businesses seeing an opportunity there and investing.
For sure.
And revitalizing a part of town that's sort of been asleep for a while.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that's just going to only enhance our ability to grow our events and put on really fun opportunities for our community.
And find more allies.
That's right. That's
more
right.
people that
More
are willing
partners.
to help them.
That is one of my favorite parts of Harvest Festival is, yes, it's the city activating the city parks. And yes, it is city staff picking up trash, and it is, brainchild of some this or that. But this is 100% the community is wanting this and drives this. And this has other amazing partners that have come on full speed just to be a part of it.
Yes, absolutely. Because even me, Fall Fiesta, like I've been coordinating the past 3 years more or less by myself, and this year I'm bringing in more people to delegate some of the work and getting their ideas and growing with what they have to offer, and not just relying on myself to do it, because I don't think any part of the Harvest Festival is a one-man band.
No.
Every aspect of it
It's
is
too
a
big.
team effort.
One of the coolest things about this podcast is being able to take the community and the listener kind of behind the scenes on this kind of stuff. And, you know, just to give the community a snapshot and those listening, you know, when we're planning for Harvest Fest, Downtown Lights Up, it truly is like several organizations coming together in one room and all kind of taking responsibility for certain things that they're going to offer as part of an event. So, you know, just last week, we meet for Harvest Fest, and in one room you've got several different city departments, but then you've got Warren County Stormwater, Warren County Parks and Rec, typically got somebody from Warren County Administration, you've got city parks, city public works, police, fire, everybody's involved in these meetings. Then you've got the library, and then you've got our PIO office here at the city who takes on a big role. Bike Walk BG comes. You've got the historic rail park that's typically involved in all of these things, and probably a lot that I'm not even mentioning. But the coolest part is we all come together in this room and we all take responsibility for, well, you know, hey, Magnolia over at the Capitol that works for the library is going to put on these things as part of Harvest Fest. And then Warren County Stormwater is going to sponsor a little Toot, you know, down at Circus Square. So everybody takes their thing with the notion and the mission of making sure that Harvest Fest can be positive for over 10, 15,000 people, right? That it can be a good experience. And I mean, it's just really, it's honestly special to be one small part of that bigger group that's putting on a really cool event for the community that not a lot of other communities are willing to sit at the table like that with each other, or even
it's
think
not
big.
easy. I mean, I think it's
difficult.
proven that the city planning such a large scale event, and we've been successful, right?
For sure.
It's been great. It's growing. You know, we have Duncan Hines Days, Harvest Festival, Downtown Lights Up. Those are 3 signature events that are happening in the downtown area. They revitalize that area and bring those people there. And we just kind of up the ante. I think Bowling Green we set that standard of like, yeah, we do this. We come together, we collaborate, and we partner. And it's just amazing to see how much rallying is put behind it, because that's where the small town feeling comes in. Like, that's where at least I feel it at.
Well, I grew up in Bowling Green, you know, over 30 years here since I was a kid. And just seeing how things change, it's great. But then just seeing how people can still come together, how the heart of Bowling Green still beats, you know, and we all just unite.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a great feeling.
No, I grew up, my dad owned Farnsworth Electric, which was downtown. It is now the ballpark. But so I grew up working down at the ballpark, walking over with my mom to pay utility bill, the old BGMU building, doing different things like that. So it's interesting how that I have got to see where the city, people used to come downtown, people kind of went away from downtown, but they're coming, they've missed it. Yeah. I've missed it. I've seen it.
We need community more now than ever.
Yes. 100%.
And that's the cool thing about the Harvest Festival, is I really feel like it was just born out of the will of the people.
Yep.
You know, it's something that people just want to do.
Absolutely. But I don't want to forget, I wanted to let this conversation, there's 2 things actually. One of them is, don't forget Blockbusters at the ballpark.
Yes.
You don't
more to do, more stuff to take your kids to. And it's free.
Yes.
It's free.
Gates open at 5 o'clock over at the BG Ballpark. Gates open 5 o'clock. And then the movie will begin at 6 o'clock. Somebody remind me, what movie is playing?
Wicked.
Are we going to be popular?
We're going to be very popular.
I think it's going to be. I don't think that they'll have a empty chair in there.
No, that is a great movie. That is a great movie.
All the theater kids.
Oh yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, no, that is a fun movie for all boys, girls. I mean, my boys, they enjoy watching that as much as my daughter did. So
and you said 5, 6?
5 o'clock the gates open. The movie will start at 6, and it is free.
Well, and that's timed perfectly because the festival pretty much ends at 4, was when we start wrapping things up, right?
It starts to slowly wrap up.
Can I take us off the rails a little bit and ask, this makes me think, what's everybody's favorite Halloween movie?
Beetlejuice, the OG.
Oh, interesting.
Ernest Saves Halloween.
Love it.
I don't do scary movies.
Or Monster
Oh, I
House.
don't either.
I remember that. I was really scared of that as a little girl.
Yeah.
Like the house, like getting the face terrified me. I was like, oh wow, it really did that.
Yeah,
My house will eat me one day.
I'm gonna have to go with like the original Halloween Town.
Oh, that's what I was
Yes,
going to say.
That's a good one.
That's a good
The
one.
Halloween Town series on Disney. Shout out to the DComs of the day. Disney Channel original movie. I was
Yes.
like, nothing's better than Halloween Town.
They did it for you millennials.
Yeah.
They made that for
Don't
y'all.
you feel like, I mean, we
That's what it.
kind
That's
of
what we
create Halloween Town in Circus Square with the inflatable pumpkin.
And
then, honestly, we
We
a little
have
bit
the
of my
skeleton
inspiration.
in our.
Yeah,
It's a little
we've
bit of
tried
my
to do it with the
inspiration.
Corvette
Yeah.
and putting Bones in the driver's
Yes.
seat.
I mean,
The day we can get Bones talking in the front seat of a Corvette
We
is
will.
like, that's my dream.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, just play me a good Disney movie back in
love
the
it.
day.
Oh,
So we're on the lookout for a mechanical engineer that can do that for us.
No doubt.
Next.
Well, it sounds like you need to challenge our parks maintenance guy. It sounds like something he can might.
If
he
I
might
give them another crazy idea and task, I
Cameron, you always
may
have
burn
crazy
a
ideas.
bridge.
No.
Oh, well,
No.
it's never stopped me before.
My dream is
We might
one.
reach out to an engineering department at Western.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
We're a college town.
Help
We have
us
access
bring
to
Bones
big brains.
through the portal of Halloween Town to Bowling Green, Kentucky, so he can sit at that corner and just talk to people as they walk by.
Yes.
Yes.
My
We're
dream is the
upgrading his
city.
taxi from Halloween Town to a
Hey,
Corvette.
he needs to be our trolley driver.
There
Imagine.
we go.
That would be cute.
There we go.
Animate him. Oh my gosh.
So, Emily, not only is the Blockbusters at the ballpark happening with Community Ed showing Wicked, but the Capitol is once again hosting a local film festival
Yes.
during Harvest Fest.
Yes. The
So-
stars have aligned again.
Again, I think they were super happy.
They were ecstatic to
Yeah.
come back. They
Yeah.
enjoyed the environment that you all do, everything over there at Fountain Square Park with everything going on, Fall Fiesta. They just enjoyed walking out of the Capitol Arts Building and enjoying that vibe that we had going on. But they want us to know the public can go. So they do have a fee to see the movies that they're going to show there, but you are able to buy tickets to go see the films that they're showing at the art festival. So
That's awesome.
It's saying here, I'm looking it up. I don't want to be wrong, but I'm reading Sky Arts Festival is to grow and develop the media industry in Southern Kentucky, giving filmmakers, media professionals, content creators, moviegoers, students, and teachers the opportunity to learn and experience an unforgettable event centered around the art of filmmaking.
We're a college town, so
I mean-
just having things like this that people can participate and be a part of, not just witness, I think that's fundamental to the nature of Harvest Festival.
Yeah.
I like that Jose mentioned that too, because I think it's important to, I don't know if we'll end up with any WKU students listening to this podcast. That'd be really
I
cool.
hope so.
But this is a call to them. Don't go home the weekend of Harvest Fest. I know you missed your parents, but invite them to come see you.
Yeah.
And enjoy Harvest Fest and kind of show them the city and town that you now live in, attend school in.
The city that's enriching you,
Yes,
you're
for
here
sure.
to learn,
For sure.
to change.
Yep.
Let your family see what it is that's changing you.
you're
We-
home away from home.
We always have a bunch of freshmen as part of Master Plan come and join us at Parks and Rec for Big Red Blitz and do some different volunteer activities
Yeah.
and everything. And we just had a group of them a couple weeks ago right before school started. And I told them kind of what you're talking about, Jose, is it's like, at the end of the day, Bowling Green is nothing without WKU. We all know that. And if you're here, like without WKU and the students are gone, the city has a different feeling. But the flip side of that is WKU is nothing without Bowling Green.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's reciprocal. Bowling Green would be a different community if the university was not here, but the university would be different if it was not in a place like Bowling Green, in my opinion.
Right, it's definitely a symbiotic nature.
And
or a
at
symbiotic
the end of the
relationship,
day,
right?
like I just feel like we want those students to feel like this is their new home, to recognize the opportunities that they have in Bowling Green and Warren County to live here beyond their college years, right? And begin to embrace the city because of everything we have to offer. And so like these community events, it gives them volunteer opportunities, right? Because we need a ton of volunteers.
Yes, we do need your
Different
help.
student groups, anybody like that wants to come and help. But at the same time, we just want students to come and enjoy this with each other, have a reason to get off the hill and off of campus and come down here and enjoy Harvest Fest with us.
Absolutely.
I love it. Be on the lookout. There is the Facebook event page. There is details that you can read about it. Let us know if you're going. We'd love a head count, get the excitement going. Share it to your family and friends on there.
And something I just want to make sure I add. I know we've kind of tossed out some different numbers about how many people showed up. We were able to have cell phone pings. There were over 20,000 people that attended Harvest Festival last year. So I just want to make sure. I know we've thrown around a couple different kinds of numbers. I think we're all trying to be modest. But no, the community
showed
response.
up last year.
People show up.
Yep.
Over 20,000 people. And that was just cell phone pings.
Yeah. And people from out of town.
Oh.
It's not just citizens of Bowling Green.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's people
I'm from out of town, and I've
surrounding
invited
counties.
mine, and I'm hoping they all come in this year.
Be a great time.
Yes.
Be a great time.
Well, be on the lookout. More information we will have to share with you guys leading up to Harvest Festival on Saturday, October 18th. In downtown Bowling Green, we're taking over several spaces there from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Food, activities, family fun. Bring your family, join in on the fun, and celebrate our community. Thank you guys for coming in and discussing with me, chatting with me, and sharing stories about the Harvest Festival. I can't wait to go out there myself and enjoy it. I can't wait to see what you guys bring to the table and what all of our partners are going to be doing and all the food that we're going to get to enjoy. Thank you for joining me today on TalkBGKY. We look forward to seeing everyone downtown on October 18th. And for more information, please remember to visit bgky.org/harvest. for more information. And Jose, tell us where they can find more information about Fall Fiesta.
Oh, well, we have the page on Instagram that you can always follow and see what we've done last year and the previous years. We've got sort of a couple of images there that you can get a concept of what we're doing. And we have fallfiestabg.com, the official website, where you can also sign up to volunteer and participate in the Catrina contest beginning September 1st.
Yeah, we're just excited to see the community celebrate fall alongside us and look forward to another great year of Harvest Festival.
Happy fall,
y'all.
There it is.
We'll catch you there.